Fundraising is a mind game. I'm working with a number of clients at the moment and have done with many clients over the years who are founders and CEOs running growth startups. So they're constantly fundraising, moving from initial round to Series A to Series B, etc. And they're either forever fundraising. If they're not fundraising, they're working out how to ensure they get hockey stick growth so that they can fundraise the next round. Many that I see are exhausted and downtrodden by the experience and frustrated that they can't just do their primary role. So in this post, I want to direct our attention to not the situation, but the thinking that they have, the upstream nature of what goes on in the mind. I hear things like, the fundraising market is really tough right now. No one's going to want to invest in me. Can we really grow at the speed that I'm projecting in my presentation? Just not sure. Are we really that different? Are we really worth investing in? These VCs and wealthy individuals are really sharp. Will they see through me? We've had so many no's. What if we don't raise the money? What if I have to close the business? This fundraising is so time consuming, I hate it. The noise in the mind, the noise in the mind. And what I want to do is to look at what happens when there's so much noise in the mind like that, those constant that rhetoric that basically, what does it do? If I am creating a voice in the head like that, it impacts how I feel. It actually creates some chemical energy in the body that is negative, which basically means that I perform less well. I perform less well, and then I'm more likely to get the very thing that I'm worried about. So it's fascinating how the mind does that. And we very quickly get wrapped up, immersed in this story that we're creating, immersed in it, so it impacts how we feel stressed, we feel worried, we are overwhelmed, we lead less well, we present less well. Yeah, it's really, really dangerous. And the key, I believe, is to not get caught up in the noise of the mind, but to stay rooted deeply in what you believe in. Stay deeply rooted in what you believe in. Why are you doing this business? What do you believe in? What is the deep-rooted passion that you've got, the cause, the purpose as to why you're doing what you're doing and what difference it can make in the world? There will always be doubters. There will always be reasons for you to doubt. But you have to pull yourself back to why you're doing, what your passion is, what your uniqueness is, and to be a stand for that in the world. I want to share a couple of examples. I met with a friend and colleague last week who, when he set up his ethical business, he very specifically defined his 3 ideal clients. They were in the ethical business. They had these dream clients that they said, well, what we would love to operate with these 3. And what he found, he still cannot believe it to this day, but basically tells the story that 5 years later, after they'd started the business, those 3 dream clients had become clients. And he hadn't specifically gone after them. They had somehow been attracted to his business. So what I want to suggest to you is that perhaps you manifest what you think. What's in your intention, what's in your thinking. We don't really understand this game, but there's an incredible, let's call it the law of attraction. There's this incredible ability to manifest what we want in life, if we're thinking it, if we're envisioning it, if we're believing in it. So be very careful with your thinking. And if we're to take this example as serious, then really there's a beautiful opportunity for you to envision and meditate upon what your dreams are, what your dream clients, what your dream funders are. Yes, begin that today. The other example I want to give you is when I was a student, I did door-to-door sales. And so in a typical day, I might knock on 100 doors, and 30 of those people would be in. And of the 30 people that I would speak to, on average, 3 would end up buying. So 100, 30 and 3. So of the 100 doors that I'm knocking on, only 3 are going to buy. Now I don't know which 3 it is that are going to buy. But if I don't knock on their doors, or I knock on their doors and I'm downhearted and not being my best, then guess what? I miss the opportunity to get those 3 sales. And I end up with no sales or 1 sale when actually 3 were available that day. So this is the same with fundraising. It's like we don't know who's going to be attracted to our business, to us as people, to our business, to what we're doing. We don't know. We just have to keep going, and we have to believe that what we've got is special. And if we do that and we keep going and we keep going and we keep going, then eventually, if we're doing it with the right wonderful attitude and intention to attract, those 3 will arise. And if we don't do that and we're downhearted for 50 of the doors that we knock on, then guess what? Those 3 sales will never actually occur.